As I complete my 5-year tenure in Nigeria as the representative of the UN Secretary General, Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator. It has been a very long and interesting and challenging 5-year tenure, which I was only able to accomplish by God's grace with 3 critical qualities, which I am not shy to express. One was passion for this great nation, Nigeria, because I am a West African and I'm just across the Delta there. And I look at Nigeria as a country that has to move on. And if Nigeria moves on, we all retire in peace in my small country. The second aspect is humility. You are in a country that is as complex as Nigeria, compounded with complexities across all frontiers. It's only humility that can see you through such challenges I had to deal with for 5 years. And last but not the least is to be patient. And that patience has actually enabled me to be where I am. So as I bid farewell, those are 3 qualities that were hidden in me that helped me to do this mammoth task, which I asked myself, how did I do it? But also it's nice to give credit, especially when I'm here with my wife. For over 30 years, she has been accompanying me in different parts of the world. She gives me strength and she gives me hope. So I'm happy she joins me again today here to say farewell and to the people of Benue. She was with me when we went to Agatu. I still remember that trip. It was not one of the easiest trips. After that, I asked her to join me on other missions in other parts of Nigeria, and she told me, darling, I'm sorry, you can go ahead. And Your Excellency, members of the Executive Council that are here today, Benue has not been only a professional place for me, but it has also been a home over the years. And I really want to take this opportunity as I bid farewell to you to extend my sincere thanks for all the hospitality I have received over the years when I visit Benue State. Our partnerships has been very fruitful over the years. And I decided to come to Benue first because I'm living with one singular pride of success, which we made together in raising international awareness of the impact of the atrocities committed by others in Benue State, and also the gross violation of humanitarian and international human rights laws that were accompanied by those atrocities. That file will never be closed in the international arena. The levels of atrocity will never be hidden, and that will be a testimony for which I have a singular pride that we're able to actually get the world to know that such levels of atrocities are being committed in this part of Nigeria. It's always difficult to leave the path of atrocities and continue. So I always say that may the souls of the people of Benue who suffered from these atrocities rest in perfect peace. Amen. I am leaving Nigeria, especially Benue State today, at a trying moment with ongoing insecurity, impact of COVID-19 pandemic, and the large-scale displacement of ordinary people in the state as a result of ongoing crisis. But also, in the midst of challenges and problems, there is hope. And I want to leave encouraging you to continue working hard to improve and secure peace and security in the Benue State, and continue supporting the development aspiration of your people. Excellencies, friends, the saying goes, and it's simple: There is no peace without development, and no development without peace. But we have also learned over the years that there is no peace and development without strong institutions. Excellencies, friends, building back better demands strengthened democratic governance, human rights protection, and the rule of law in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, I sum up where I see Nigeria and where I live in Nigeria and why I'm extremely concerned that this great nation must be allowed to move on a growth trajectory. Excellencies, members of the Executive Council, Nigeria is at a crossroad with multiple complex challenges with implication for peace, development, and stability in West Africa, Africa, and beyond. Consequently, this great nation represents both an opportunity and a risk to the region at large. And for us to move on in peace and tranquility in Nigeria and the neighboring, we must address urgently 5 critical risk factors that we have identified through complex analysis to ensure peace, security, and stability in the country at large. One of those risks is social cohesion, inequality, and non-discrimination. We are seeing social contracts breaking down in this beautiful country. We are seeing levels of inequalities increasing. The middle class is disappearing. We have few at the top of the pyramid, but a very high population at the bottom of the pyramid. And also issues of discrimination as the elements that are contributing to the breakdown of social contracts. And the breakdown of social contracts will remain critical for peace, security, and stability in this great nation. The second is internal security. We've all seen what is happening in the country when we start talking about mass kidnapping of children from school, mass displacement of people either by herders, criminals, bandits, and terrorists in the country. We are seeing a security apparatus that is overstretched at this point in time, and we are seeing the conflict clusters permeating the 6 geopolitical zones of this country. North Central, we have this notorious herders-farmers problem. If you go to Northeast, you have the protracted Boko Haram insurgency that has lasted for over 12 years now. If you go to Southeast, we still have the indigenous people of Biafra issues that are there. If you go to the South, we still have remnants of the Niger Avengers who have been lying low for some time, but it's there and it's existing. This is compounded by cross-cutting issues of so many other factors, ethno-religious conflicts that cut across the 6 geopolitical zones in different pockets, cultism, and all type of other negative practices that does not enhance cohesion. The third is economic stability. COVID-19 had a devastating impact on the economy of Nigeria. We saw the gross domestic product contract by 6.2%. Today we talk about relative improvement, but when you start from negative, if even you go to 1, you talk about success. But the important thing is what has changed in the lives of the people that have been affected by COVID-19. We are seeing a shrinking fiscal space. We are seeing challenges of fiscal monitoring policies in the country at large. So these are all issues that are really threatening the country and closely associated with the economic challenges in this country, issues of unemployment, etc. The fourth risk is justice and rule of law. I don't need to say much about that because you all know how justice is being challenged in this beautiful land of ours today, and how the human rights laws are being violated at various levels. The last of the risks is displacement and migration, especially irregular migration. I'm in Benue today, where estimates are talking of well over 1 million people that have been displaced by the herders and farmers crisis. You go to northeast Nigeria, you have over 2 million people that have been displaced by the Boko Haram crisis. You go to northwest, 1.4 million people that have been displaced. So we are really talking about the compounded realities of humanitarian crisis in the country at large. Our estimate is close to 11 million people currently need humanitarian assistance in this great nation. Nigeria continues to face a number of mega trends, including multidimensional poverty, which you are all familiar with here, governance, human rights deficits, climate challenges and climate vulnerabilities. I've talked about the sluggish economic growth vis-a-vis high population growth rate. If ever we say our population is, our GDP is growing today by 0.5% or 1% or 1.5%, we still have a population growth rate over 3%. What that simply means is that more Nigerians are born into poverty, which is not the way things should continue in this great nation. We have women's participation in politics and productive economic activities that have been challenged in the country at large. Youth unemployment and underemployment, which I call the time bomb of our ages, if we don't deal with it. And also pockets of conflict, as I said earlier, banditry, criminality, and terrorism that is driven by ethno-religious differences. And I'm seeing a rise in hate speech that is compounding those realities. The 2020 Global Terrorism Index ranked Nigeria third, behind only Afghanistan and Iraq, as countries most impacted by terrorism. The farmer-herder conflict has become part of a broader tension between various actors, and conflicts are taking on ethno-religious dimensions. In addition, perception of concentration of power and spatial power imbalances, real or perceived, serve as a risk for instability, especially in the context of the upcoming election in 2023. The atmosphere is already polarized. But as I told His Excellency today, leadership must be earned, and people must follow you for you to be able to lead them. They must elect you for you to be able to rule and lead. You can steal the votes, but you will never steal the population. So your popularity and your acceptance becomes critical, and you should be ready for a very tough job, a seat that is very lonely, but everybody aspires for it. My God, it's lonely, but you only experience it when you are on your bed, and your pillow tells you how lonely it is, especially if your better half is upset with you and leaves you in that room alone. Then the pillow start talking to you, and you see how lonely the world is. But yet still, we all aspire for it. The youth bulge, combined with low job creation and high unemployment, as I said, remains a time bomb of our generation. It is a time bomb. Why am I centering on the youths today as I leave Benue? It's a time bomb in the sense that it is compounded by what I see as social tensions around security and justice, gender-based violence, a pandemic within a pandemic, which was declared by the Governors Forum recently during COVID. We are also seeing proliferation of small arms and light weapons in the country. Nigeria accounts for 70% of the 500 million illegal arms in West Africa, 70%. So there are guns everywhere in this country. Mass kidnappings from schools and highways. I asked my UNICEF colleagues a few days ago to give me some statistics of what is happening there. From November last year to date, about 1,340 children have been kidnapped from schools. 16 died in the process. And the economic impact is estimated at anywhere between $3 to $4 billion as opportunity lost as a result of kidnappings in the country as we speak. human rights abuses, and lack of structural monitoring linked to accountability. These are all factors that are only going to compound the problem of youths in this country. If we don't take care of these young people, our retirements are going to be problematic, or they are going to take care of us. Taking care of us doesn't mean the positive way. They will make things difficult for us. You are putting into the labor market here 5 million children graduating from university, no jobs. 19 million as we speak without jobs in the country. And I'm sure Benue has a fair share in that number too. Yesterday I was driving entering to Makurdi. I saw a very youthful population, very young, all around the streets. I was asking myself, something needs to be done. And whoever replaces you, my brother, and must prioritize young people, and must be somebody with a spirit to support, protect young people. If that person does not have those qualities, don't give him or her power. Because that's going to be difficult in the years ahead, if not impossible to manage. Sorry, technology is failing me these days. We try to read everything on. So what are my parting recommendations for this beautiful home of mine? I was thinking this morning very hard. I said, what are the 6 things I should really leave as a recommendation for this place? 1 is I encourage you to continue investing in security, to create an environment, or what I call an enabling environment for peace and security, and continue to nurture a whole of society approach in managing security in the state. The state alone cannot do it. Until we become our neighborhood watch, we will not be able to manage security. So a whole of society approach is required, and I will encourage you to continue investing in it. COVID-19, we might be tired with it, but it's not tired of us. So we have to learn to live and manage this pandemic. My colleague here, the doctor, is with me. He has been with me wherever I've been traveling to make sure we pass this message consistently. And according to their advice, this pandemic is with us until we're able to vaccinate 70% of the population to get what they call herd immunity. The third element is continue investing in restructuring and reforming the state health institution and also your social protection systems. Invest to accelerate implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals through engagement at all levels, local and people action. Again, invest in young people and empower women. Women are over 50% of this population, if not almost 50%. If you leave them out, you leave them behind, there's not going to be any socio-economic development. So we must continue to empower women. So I leave you with those parting words. This is my home. I will always come back to Benue. Whoever becomes the governor, I hope I have seen my brothers' posters, but there are so many posters. The field is so crowded now, you know. But I will come back, and by the time I retire, I will request for a 40-acre hectare of land, so I will come and do some farming far away, close from home. So I'm really happy to be here. It's bittersweet, but I have one big inspiration of life. If I give my best, there is nothing to be sorry about. You only say, praise be to God for giving me the strength to be able to do what I was able to do. Thank you very much.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.